everyone, I'm Staci and I joined Michaela's program in March of this year, so 2019, and here's my story. I had been in a corporate public relations setting for the past 9 years doing public relations and social media management, and after the birth of my first daughter, who now she is almost 4, I had started to seriously consider freelancing. I knew that it was an option, but I didn't really know how to do it. But I was looking for that freedom and that flexibility. So I started doing what I would assume anyone does in this situation. I Googled, I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and what did they tell you to do? Network with your friends and your family and your neighbors. So that's exactly what I did. And not that I think that's a bad thing, but I had no systems in place. So I didn't know how to price myself. I didn't know how to set a scope of work. I didn't know how to set up, processes and systems so that all of the information I needed was in one place, or so we knew how many hours I was working. So what naturally happened was I was really stressed out and really underpaid. So I thought, I still have my corporate gig. Obviously, I'm just not a freelancer. It's not for me. So I just kind of put that up on the shelf and walked away from it. And then after the birth of my second daughter in February of last year, I started really considering it again. I didn't want to have to worry anymore about if the baby cries and I'm on a conference call, is everybody going to know I'm home? Or if my sitter cancels and I'm supposed to go in for a meeting, what am I going to do? Who's going to replace her? So I started looking again, and in July of last year, I had downloaded one of Michaela's free resources. So you'd think that would kind of be the start of my journey, but it wasn't. I chickened out. I got scared. I was afraid to invest and fail, or invest and it not be everything I thought it would. So I just, again, put that back up on the shelf and kept on, being stressed out at my corporate gig. Finally, in January of this year, I was listening to Michaela's podcast, and that's whenever I just had kind of my breakthrough. I had listened to so many podcasts before where they promised you answers to your questions, they promised you actionable steps, and instead what you got was 28 minutes of them talking about how great they were, and then 2 minutes of buy my program and I'll give you all the information. And that is not at all what Michaela does on her podcast. She interviews her successful students. They share their exact processes. She was answering questions that I had. She was giving actionable steps that I could take right then today. And that was whenever I knew this is somebody that I'm willing to invest my time and invest my money in. I trust her and I believe her, and I think this will work. So in March of this year, I did purchase the program, and I booked my first client a week later. And then a month later, I booked client number 2, and a week after that, I booked client number 3. So the big news of this week is I did resign from my corporate job. So Michaela is real, and her program does work. I'm so happy that everything is in one space, and any question that you have is either in the course, or if it's not, go to that community, because those women are there to help you. They're there to support you, and there's no question that you can ask that somebody won't jump in and offer assistance, offer guidance, offer, to tell you step by step exactly what to do. So I just cannot say enough good things about it. If you're on the fence at all, take the leap and join. And, the only regret that I have is that what if I would have joined whenever I initially downloaded that free resource last July? There's just no telling. So my only regret is not signing up sooner.